Well, good Thursday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Sterling Underground. Listen, guys, I see we got a really nice audience building up here right now. So get ready. You know, get your pad and pen and get your favorite beverage, whatever that may be, and pull up a chair and get ready to really move quickly, because we've got about 30 models we're going to show you tonight. This is a sample sale. So let me tell you a little bit about what exactly these samples are, okay? The watches that we're showing here tonight are the physical samples that we use to present here on the show, okay? They're sent to us. We shoot them. We use live video macro shots, and then we do motion video inserts. We do loom shots, and then we actually use them for the on-air presentations. And what we do is we typically try to keep them in pristine condition. They're all in brand new condition. We even keep, in most cases, we keep the stickers on the back, the protective film and everything, because we don't shoot the backs. So they are in pretty much brand new condition. However, keep in mind there's only one of each one. There's not 4 or 5 or 6 or 2. There's one. Okay? So we do offer them at an extreme discount. Now, one of the things you're going to notice, we mentioned it last week. If you were with us last week, I'm going to repeat it for those who weren't here last week, is what you might notice is many of the regular prices on these watches, as far as Looney's price, they're below the fair market value, but in many cases they're higher than what we used to sell them for. That's because we had a price increase. And many of you, I know, have noticed that we pulled about 50 watches off of our website a couple months ago because of the price increase. If we're going to put them back up for sale, which would be in 2018, they would be at a slightly higher price than we sold before, okay? That we sold them at earlier in this year. However, the good news is that the sample price is not based on the new price. It's discounted from the original price. So in all cases, the sample price is at least a minimum of 30% off, 30% less than the selling price. And the selling price in all cases, even with the new higher prices, is still below the fair market value price. And the fair market value is what we do, is we do research to find out if anybody else has the watch out there, like Amazon or whoever, you know, what is it going for online. So our regular selling price is always less than the fair market value, in some cases significantly less. But the sample price is going to be at least 30% below that. I think there's one model in here where it's not 30%, it might be 20%, but still way below what you could get it for anywhere else. So, but again, you got to act quick because there's only one of each. Now at this point, the shopping cart should be open, and if you want to go in there and not wait for the presentations, you know, in the loony bin there, you're certainly welcome to do that. Not much we can do if you want to buy it ahead of time, but I know most people like to see the presentations, okay? So without further ado, but you know, before we do, Ronnie, maybe I think what we ought to do, there might be some new people here watching. We did some advertising this week, and so we might have some new people here in the audience. Show them how to make a purchase, okay? Because, you know, in the past we've had people say, how do I buy? Do I call up? And by the way, if you ever, you know, have any issue with the shopping cart, or you can't figure out what to do to buy a watch, you can always call the number right here below our monitor on our screen. There it is, 310. Call that. Eddie's working the war room. He'll take your call and he can help you as far as, you know, if you want to make a purchase, or he can talk you through it, or he can help you. Also, if you want to call in and ask me a question, you know, feel free to call in. This is an interactive show. We'll be happy to put you live on the air. We can even put you on a split screen if you have video Skype. And here's one more thing. We've got 30 models we're going to show this week. We showed 32 last week, okay? These 30 that we're showing this week, well, there is 3 or 4 that we are repeating from last week, because there's still 1 or 2 left, and there's some of the better models. But if there's something you want to see presented tonight that's not in our current lineup, okay, feel free to call in and request it. We can still put it in the show for you, okay? And you can find them in our shopping cart in the Moonlight Marketplace if you dig in, okay? Well, with that said, now, without further ado, let's get to it. Our first... Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's show them how to buy. Thank you, Ronnie. Yep. Here's what you do. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen, up here, okay, you see where it says Moonlight Marketplace. You click on that, and it's going to take you to what we call the loony bin, and this is the order that we're going to be presenting the watches right here. And when you click into a watch, well, in this case, it's the Spectre tourbillon. There's only one execution and just one piece, that white ceramic tourbillon. It's gorgeous. We'll get to that. But let's take something where we have some, like the Prestige Prominent, for example. Well, okay, that's good. This is good. Here, the Quartermaster Jet, right? So you see there's two executions, but if you go to the, go ahead, Ronnie. This is the black red. It's out of stock. So that sample's already been sold. That was from, I think, last week or something.
Oh, the yellow just sold out as we speak.
The yellow one just sold out as we speak, and I think the green one went last week too. So somebody just went in there and got the yellow one as we speak. But, you know, so sometimes there's one left or two left, two executions left or something like that. You got to be quick. So it literally sold as we speak, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie says it just sold as we speak. But anyway, so you just click into it, pick the execution you want, add it to the cart, and you can pay with either PayPal or you can pay with the regular credit card just by using, it's called Stripe. It's our merchant account. One more thing too, just so you know, any purchases over $99, and it could be 2 watches or 5 watches or 1 watch, as long as the total is over $99, you will be eligible for PayPal credit. So you can, you know, if you choose PayPal, and as long as your credit's okay, you can hit PayPal credit. It takes you about 30 seconds to apply if you don't already have a PayPal account. You just apply for PayPal credit. You put in, I think, your social and your email address or something like that. And within 30 seconds or so, they'll tell you yes or no. And if they say yes, you've got 6 months to pay interest-free. You don't even have to put a down payment, okay? So PayPal credit is available to you here, okay? All right, now with that said, and without further ado, let's get to it. Our first item of the show, and we're going to try to move kind of fast, it's the Admiral, okay? Everybody knows by now it's one of my favorite pieces. The only one I believe we have left at this point is the orange, okay? The orange sample. Last week, I think the red one went, and we had a black one a while ago that went. But this is it. I never did bring in the blue or the green. They were available, but I just didn't feel good enough about the samples, about the pieces to take a sample, because I try to only bring what I like. And I personally own this watch. I own this execution, the orange, and I love it. Now this is a huge 52 millimeter case design on this. Solid stainless steel. It has a Duracoat finish on the bezel, and it's got the matching Duracoat finish on the pushers. Right here. See the orange here? That's a Duracoat finish. A Duracoat finish is the kind of finish that you see like on a cell phone, okay? It's more expensive than a PVD finish. And you have a black PVD case here. Really, really nice. You've got the Ronda StarTech 5030D. It's got the add and split functionality, a world-class quartz chronograph movement, a 12-hour counter right here for the chronograph. You can start your chronograph. The pushers are really easy to start on this watch. There you go. Okay, you can stop it here with the bottom pusher. We just timed 5 seconds, and I'm going to continue to talk. You'll notice over here, there's your small seconds. Okay, and now I'm going to start it up again, and watch what happens with that big sweep center second hand. I'm going to push it, and it jumped ahead to where it would have been had I never stopped it. That's called split timing. Okay, and then we can stop it, and we can reset it back to 0, okay? It's a world-class quartz chronograph movement. It's got 6 jewels, made with all metal parts, and it's completely repairable. Really, really nice. Beautiful silicone rubber strap, proper case integration here. There's no gap whatsoever. Can we see that at the top of the case? Really, really nice. It's got a nice butterfly deploying clasp on here. And here's the case back. You'll see the plastic is still on the case back. So again, guys, just so you know, this is the sample right here. This watch here is the one that you're looking at for 99 bucks. This watch is worth every penny of the 150, fair market value of 200 bucks. MSRPs are kind of overblown, quite frankly, so don't look at that. But fair market value, someone must have it out there for about 180 or 190. Our regular price at 150. If we have to put these back up for sale next year, that's the price it'll be. I know we were selling it for a little less, but here, now, one time, one only, 99 bucks. Don't miss it, okay? Let's move on. That one should fly. Okay, we've got next up the Emperor's Grand DT. All right, now, we had this one on last week, But I wanted to show it again because it is such a great deal, and we only sold 2 of the 4 executions last week. So we still have 2 left, all right? We have the gold tone and we have the silver tone. This is an amazing value at $149. I saw another reseller out there that I think was selling it at about $169. I think we had it at $169 at one point, but again, there was a price increase. So if we're ever able to sell these again, it would have to be at $235. That's where we would have to be with it. But the samples, which are in brand new condition, they are brand new, okay? $149. Now stop and think about what you're getting here. It's a dual time timepiece. It's got small diamond hour markers all the way around the dial, okay? It's got a dual time zone. It's skeletonized, all right? And here's the big thing here, guys. Check this out. I'm going to show you something here. Ronnie's giving you that really nice macro shot. Here's the front of the watch, the silver tone. And to me, the silver tone should have gone first. But anyway, there's the case back shot. Can you see that? Okay, I'm trying to show you here, move the rotor for you. It actually has 2 mainsprings. So you've got dual mainsprings, 60-hour power reserve on this, 2 barrels, 2 mainsprings, dual time, properly made. And get this, if all that's not enough for you here for $149, look at this, guys. You see it over here? Genuine crocodile strap, not leather with a croco emboss. Genuine crocodile strap, custom strap, T-bar style fitting on the lugs. Strap alone is worth about $200. A genuine croco strap for $149 with a 60-hour power reserve, dual barrel, dual time zone, skeletonized. It is gorgeous. And the colors that we have, the executions, I mean, this one should be the first to go. The silver tone, I mean, you talk about a New Year's Eve piece. Look at this. Wear this with a $300 suit. It's going to make it look like a $3,000 suit. This has got to fly right now, guys. Listen to the right voices. You're going to make the right choices. And then I know there are a lot of guys out there that don't like the golds, okay? But there are some that do. If you have a gold ring, you know, or gold bracelet, gold necklace, whatever, this is 23 karat yellow gold layering on this piece. It's a 46 millimeter case design, so it's a perfect size at 46. Not too big, not too small. It's got the nice crown and bow up at 12 o'clock, the old world, you know, look to it, like a pocket watch strapped to the wrist. Dual time zone on this. Really, really nice, guys. 23 karat yellow gold layering, genuine croco strap. And listen, if it's not for you, okay, you don't get dressed up, you don't wear a suit, whatever, grab this anyway and give it as a gift. Now, I know Christmas is Monday, okay? And unfortunately, even if we ship tomorrow, it won't reach you by Monday. It'll reach you on Tuesday. We ship by priority mail. So, and I don't want to get into express mail. I guess if you really, really want it, we can do it, but it's really expensive, guys. We'd have to have a Saturday delivery and all that kind of stuff, and it wouldn't, then all of a sudden it's almost not even worth it to buy the sample. But you will get priority shipping. We didn't raise the shipping price from $7.99. We could have raised it to $10 or $11 and we still lose money, but you still get the shipping for $8. You'll have it on Tuesday. Great gift item, okay? Somebody should grab both of these. Really, really nice. All right, let's move on. That's just too much value in one watch for me. Next up, all right, guys, I brought this watch in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. It's called the Ancestor. It's a pocket watch. Let me get a little drink here, my iced tea. Okay, thanks, guys. So look, I brought this in about 3 or 4 months ago because I had a few different guys saying, when are we going to see a pocket watch? Let's get a pocket watch and, you know, bring in a pocket watch already. So we brought it in, and I don't know, we sold, I don't know, 3 or 4 pieces. That's all, you know. Everybody was acting like, you know, bring them in, you'll sell 100. Well, we don't have that big of an audience. You know, if we get 200 people watching a show, that's a big audience for us, okay? And we're getting darn close to it right now. But look, we sold 3 or 4, that's fine. There might be a few more still in the vault, but we've got this one sample here for $75. The only pocket watch we've got. It's a skeletonized, pure mechanical, no rotor. You have to wind it like a pocket watch. Really, really nice. A very highly skeletonized. You see the engraved scroll work on the back plates and the top, what's remaining of the back plates and top plates. Comes with a nice 14-inch chain and fob. Really, really nice pocket watch here, guys. Brand new, 75 bucks. It does have the 16-karat rose gold layering. It's got this big, you know, lobster claw clasp on it for the chain. Very easy to undo. See it right there? Really, really nice. One only, guys. Anybody looking for a pocket watch for a gift? Gift it to yourself, guys. The Ancestor. All right, let's move on. I told you I'm going to move kind of fast, guys. We've got 30 models to get through. And again, like I said, if you see something that's further down the list in the Moonlight Marketplace that we're not going to, you know, plan in for this show, what's planned in is up, you know, the first 30 or 32 pieces. When you go below that, those are not planned for the show. If you want to see it presented, call in and say, hey, I want to see this piece, and we'll present it for you because we've got them here, okay? Next up, we've got the Brumalia. Now, once again, this is a piece that we had in the show last week. We only have, I think, 3 or 4 pieces that we're repeating from last week. Just because the value is so strong and the piece is so strong, I wanted to show it again. We sold 2 out of the 4 last week. I still have 2 left, and they're gorgeous. This is the Brumalia, okay? For $137, guys, you see the regular Looney's price at $202, the fair market value at $300. This is a pocket watch movement, okay, in a 45-millimeter case design with a double mill, double step design bezel on this. This is your blue. It's got a big 24-millimeter wide, you know, genuine French leather strap with a square grain alligator emboss. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. This is the blue, which obviously would be great with blue jeans, but it's a very dressy piece. Take a look at this is why you're buying this movement. I mean, buying this watch. It's the skeletonized, pure mechanical. This one is modeled after a movement from Unitas. Now, this is not Unitas, okay, but it's modeled after the Unitas. It's got an oversized balance wheel and an oversized mainspring, okay? You see the ruby jewels in the back here. Really nice. But I want you to think about, so here's that double mill, double step design bezel on this. That's all done with CNC machining, okay? And take a look at the arching bridge over here at 9 o'clock, over here, okay? That is your small seconds indication. That's your second hand for the watch. Can you see that? Come in tight on that subdial there. And just above it, right above the subdial, you can see the pallet fork bobbing up and down on the regulator wheel. See that wheel with the prongs going around? That is what regulates the flow of energy from the mainspring into the drive train. So the spring does, and you see the coil down there at 5 o'clock, and you can see there's still a little space between the bands. So that's a nice thing about a skeleton. You can see if it's wound up all the way. So if I want to tighten it up, I can wind it even a little more if I want to. Okay, and you can tighten up those bands. But that's plenty tight. I mean, you've got about 34 hours here just on that alone, and eventually it opens up and winds out. But this is a 45-millimeter case design, and what I was saying about this 24-millimeter wide strap, typically if you follow watchmaking, you follow all the watch shows, you probably know by now, whatever the case size is, you divide it by 2. And typically that's where you're going to get your strap size. So if you have a 42-millimeter case size, you divide by 2 is 21. They can either put a 20 or a 22. If they go up, they'll go up to a 22, or they go down to a 20. If you've got a 44-millimeter case size, they're going to put a 22-millimeter strap on it because a 20 is not wide enough. Well, this is a 45-millimeter case. So typically with a 45, they're going to put a 22, okay? This has a 24 because 45 divided by 2 is 22 and a half. They went all the way up to 24, which I love because it gives you that extra feeling of, you know, just security and luxury. It actually makes the watch head look a little even smaller than it is because it's pretty big size at 45. You'll love this watch head on a 24-millimeter wide strap. It's perfect. It's nicer than if it would have had a 22, believe me. Okay, and it's got the matching blue, okay? So really, really nice. And of course, if you're not into the blue, you can't go wrong with the black. The black is going to be very dressy. This is a dress piece. This is pretty you know, espionage, stealthy black right here. Pure mechanical, guys. This is not an automatic. You have to wind this. This is the, you know, the traditional way. You must wind it. Our Brumalia, of course, one of our legendary pieces. 2 remaining, 1 black, 1 blue for 137 bucks. I mean, that's a great buy right there. Jump on it. You'll love this piece. Great gift item there. Okay? Okay, next up, we've got the Audrey. Okay, so now we've got one for the ladies. And we didn't show this one last week at all. I think from here on out, there might be 1 or 2 that we showed last week, but that's it. Now this one here, guys, we've got it in rose tone black and silver tone black. The orange one is gone, the rose tone orange, that one's gone. But we do have it in the silver tone black and in the rose tone black. Kind of weird. You would think that that orange, that pumpkin orange, would be the last one to go. Just because I can tell you that was probably the slowest seller that we had when this was a hot item about 7 or 8 years ago. Our Audrey, I mean, this is the one that started it all. We came out with, I don't know, at least 15 or 20 different models off the Audrey with the, gosh, we did it with hearts and flowers and stars and, you know, so many different ones. We did it with crystals. We did it with rubber straps. I mean, we did so many, but this was the original Audrey. It's got, I believe it was, is it 24 points of diamonds in this one?
37 individual.
A quarter carat total weight, about 25 points, that's right. So it's got 37 individual diamonds set. If you take the 12 diamond set, these are genuine diamonds, guys. You take the 12 diamond set in the bezel for the hour markers, and then you've got some diamonds in the 12, 3, and 6. It totals 37 individual diamonds, only about a quarter of a carat total weight, okay? But still, a quarter carat of genuine diamonds. Now, we have versions of the Audrey with, you know, Austrian crystals or Swarovski crystals. We have some with colored crystals, too. But this is the original one with the diamonds. It's got a genuine mother of pearl dial on this. Here, let's see if we can catch that mother of pearl on the one that I'm showing here. This is the silver tone black, but you can see flashes of green. You'll even see some flashes of red in there. The open heart is in the shape of a butterfly cut into the dial here. Here's your case back. Now, when we talk about a mechanical automatic, ladies, we're talking about no battery in this watch, okay? This is running off of a main spring. This is why you're buying this. You don't have to, you know, put batteries in, and ladies do love the mechanical automatics. It's not just for the men, okay? This is a 36 millimeter case design. Became a very popular case size. We did so many in this exact same case. Really, really nice. Wish we had a lady up here to model it. But just these two. Genuine diamond timepiece for $123. Mother of pearl dial, genuine diamonds. By Sterling Original, really nice. And let's take a look at the rose gold. Now the rose gold, it's 16 karat rose gold layering. It's not paint, fellas. This is genuine rose gold layering on stainless steel. And here's you talk about details. Check it out, guys, on the movement. You'll notice the movement is also layered in rose gold. A lot of companies, they might do the case and the case back in rose gold, but they get all the same movement. If you can see this, they get just the regular silver tone movement, and they put the same movement in all the cases. Not here. You've got a rose tone movement to match the rose tone case. You see that? Really, really nice. Notches going around the perimeter of the case back tells you it's a threaded case back. It means it's properly made, guys. It's not a pop-off case back. Okay? Cabochon in the crown right there. Really nice. You're looking for a nice gift for the ladies, guys, for your mom or your daughter, your sister, your wife, whatever. Get a diamond timepiece for $123. Really, really nice. You never have to change a battery. 2 pieces, one only, one each. The rose tone black or the silver tone black. All right, next up, let's move. Keep it moving. Now the Prestige Levant. This is an all Swiss-made timepiece, guys. Now we sold one of them. I think there were 4, right? There was a silver tone, silver tone black, and there. Oh, the rose tone. The silver tone rose tone had the rose tone hands. In fact, I remember Richard got that down in Oklahoma. Hi, Richard. Hope you're watching the show. But this one, guys, this is Swiss made. Now we're stepping up in class here. This is a Sterling Prestige. It's a Swiss-made automatic, guys. This is not a Chinese movement. This is a Swiss-made movement here. Okay, from Sterling Prestige. 3 hands and a date. Actually, it's got small seconds, but 3 hands, but small seconds and a date. You see your small second subdial there. Okay, really nice. 42 millimeter case size, so it's a really nice dress piece. I mean, this piece right here, this is a tuxedo piece right here. And look at the price, guys. For a Swiss-made automatic with small seconds, $139. Fabulous price. The regular selling price at $209 is still well below the fair market value at $325. Never mind the MSRP. We know those are overblown, okay? But $325 is certainly, you know, the fair market price on this. $204 is a great value. But here, for $139, we've got one each. This is the Silvertone. Now, if you like a lot of black and white looks, New Year's Eve, you're wearing the tux, you're wearing the black suit with the white, you know, the white shirt and everything. Black and white, this is your choice right here. Silvertone. Silvertone case, Silvertone dial. It's got the black hands. That's your black and white look right there. Okay? I do a lot of black and whites when I get dressed up. This would be the choice. Now, this is another choice if you like dressy. If you like a black face, look at this. Silvertone black. Okay? Really classy, really dressy. Swiss-made automatic. Super nice. Okay? And then finally, the gold tone black. Now again, if you've got those gold rings, gold bracelet, if you like a little bit of gold here, this is 23 karat yellow gold layering on stainless steel for the Swiss-made automatic. There's your small seconds. You've got your date aperture down there at 6 o'clock. One each, one only. You don't want to miss that. Notches around the perimeter. Really, really nice. And it's got that really nice glove leather on the strap. How's it going, Eddie?
Doing good.
Okay, good, good. There we go. All right, and let's move on. Okay, next up, we've got the Ceramic Apocalypse. Now, on this one, we're down to just one. I think we had 2, right? Didn't we have another one with this?
Yeah, we did.
We had another one. That one, somebody jumped on it. I think it was the white with rose tone accent. But here we've got the, and we didn't even show it last week, yet somebody bought it. But anyway, here it is, guys. Ceramic, okay? $89. This one is Swiss made, fellas. You see the Swiss made down there? Now, this one is Swiss made before we even had Sterling Prestige. We came out with Sterling Prestige after this watch came out. Otherwise, this would be a Sterling Prestige. But this was a Swiss-made Sterling. I mean, a Swiss-made, Swiss-made Sterling original. Now, this particular one has the Swiss-made Ronda 519. Okay. Now, the 519 has the big date over here at 3 o'clock, which means it's got 2 date wheels. Okay. You see how it's got like the, if we show this other shot here, where it's got the 2 and the 9. Okay, check it out. You'll see you see the 2 and the 9. It's 2 different discs. It's 2 different date wheels that make up the 2 and the 9. That's always a more expensive complication. It's always a more expensive movement when you have 2 date wheels instead of just one that just goes around. And this one's Swiss made. You'll love the ceramic. It's always cool to the touch. Okay, it feels great on your wrist. Solid stainless steel case back. You don't have to worry about your wrist turning green or anything like that. No base metal here. All surgical grade stainless steel. As you can see, the plastic, we don't even take it off. It's still on there for protection. You've got the nice push button dual deployment butterfly clasp on this. You probably have to have links taken out. It's pretty generous. Okay, so there it is. You just use the push buttons and it pops right open. And this one here is a 43 millimeter case size. You see these signature Sterling S screw heads going around the perimeter of the bezel. Let's come in on those, Ronnie. Get right in on those S's. The signature Sterling S screw head, really nice. One only, guys. The black with the silver tone accent. And you'll notice it has a sapphire crystal. You see it on the details down there. we always, not always, but most of the time, 95% of the time when we have a ceramic watch, most of the time we're going to put a sapphire crystal. Why do we do that? Because of the scratch resistancy of, we want to match the scratch resistancy of the ceramic with the scratch resistant sapphire crystal. So you kind of get all the goods here. Here's your Lume Shot. It does have the Super Luminova on it. Really nice. And that was both executions. That white with the rose tone accent, that one is gone. But we still have the black, and it's really nice. One only, guys. One lucky person. 89 bucks. That's a steal. Okay? And let's see. What do we have next? The Regatta Weekender. It looks like, Eddie, I need a new tray. So while Eddie's bringing us a new tray, guys, let me remind you, we're wide open to take your calls. If you see something in the cart that you want to, see us pop up here on the show, because we've got another 30 some odd models that are not in the show, but they're in the shopping cart. We showed them last week. You can go down and say, I'd like to see it, and if we can get it in the show, we'll get it in for you, okay? Thanks, Eddie. All right, now the Regatta Weekender, guys, here's an opportunity to pick up a great watch for 50 bucks, okay? Or could be a great gift items for 50 bucks. I mean, this is just a downright giveaway here. First of all, it's a pretty good sized timepiece, okay? I believe this is 49, I want to say. Okay?
47.
47. All right, it's a big one. This is your silver. Let's go back to the executions on this because it gets a little complicated here. The first one, silver tone white, that's this one here. If you like the white dial, it's a silver tone case with a white dial, okay? Then you've got your silver tone black, which is going to be right here. Here it is. It's got like some red accent on it, but it's the silver tone case with the black dial, and it's got a little bit of red outline accent on that. That's your silver tone black. Then you get your silver tone yellow, no mistaking that. There's your silver tone case with the yellow dial, okay? And then, of course, you've got your black orange. Black is referring to the black PVD case. See how the case here is black as opposed to silver tone? See it? So here's your black PVD case right here, and it's got the orange in the bezel. Black orange and black red. And speaking of that bezel, what you have here, guys, is you've got what's called a debossed bezel, okay? So it's stainless steel, and the bezel is actually hollowed out, and what they put in there is an enamel fill. It's an enamel filled, this is a very labor intensive piece. Don't be fooled by the price. It's an enamel filled bezel, and you see those little pieces in there that look like little waves, okay? Those are there to match the design of the timepiece of the Regatta. You notice on the dial it's got like it looks like waves of water, okay? That's the design of the timepiece, and in the bezel, in the enamel, you've got those little wave designs. And also, if you look at the strap, it's a custom strap. Notice how it's fitted seamlessly to the case. Okay, there's no gap there. It's custom made for this timepiece, for this design. You'll notice on the strap, if we can get the lighting just right, look at the design in the strap, the tread design. It's the same wave pattern. I'm trying to get the lighting on this, Ronnie. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Got a nice wave pattern on the strap to match the wave of the dial, and also again in the bezel. There's your case back. You see we keep the plastic on there. It's got the wave design on the back, notches going around the perimeter. Really nice. And I will say the dial design on this is a little bit, it's a little bit wild. Okay, you've got italicized Roman numerals at 12, 3, and 9. Okay, so that's a little bit funky. But again, it's a fancy design. Here, I like the silver tone white, I think. It's got the kind of the orange numerals on this. I mean, just a fun timepiece. You've got a Swiss ISA movement on this. I mean, for 50 bucks, guys, I mean, this is a nice piece. It really is. If you like yellow watches, let's put that yellow one on. I think I'm going to love that too. Here. See the fair market value at 110. So this must be out there for about maybe 99 bucks. You can find it, whether it's Amazon or somewhere else. You might find it for 99 or maybe even 89. Our fair market values are usually 10 or 15% above what it's out there. Maybe somebody on eBay has it for 89 bucks or 99 bucks. But here tonight, you could pick up the samples for 49 bucks a piece. One only of each one. Really, really nice. And you've got a Swiss movement in this piece, guys, with the Swiss ISA. Super nice. Great for knocking around town in, really. All right, let's move on from that one, Ronnie.
Okay.
Next up, we've got the Columbiad. Okay, now this one's a big one, fellas. This one's huge. Let me get these put away over here. Okay. Now this one, if you're not into big watches, just hang on. We'll get to the next one in just a minute, okay? Because this won't be for you, all right? We've got silver tone red and black green, all right? Here they are side by side. These are monsters, fellas. Monsters. This is about a 54 millimeter size case. Let me see what we've got on the graphics here. Yeah, 54, okay? They're huge, okay? Let me go with the black green first. Just to give you an idea on the wrist. It's got the really soft silicone rubber strap. You'll love this rubber strap. Look at the case integration of the rubber strap. Can you see that? You'll see it when I show you the other one, the silver tone red. Here it's all black, a little harder to see. It's got the steel insert with the green PVD on there. Here's your, and it's got the nice Citizen OS 21 on this, so it's a very reliable quartz chronograph movement. Let me kind of activate the chrono on this.
Is the crown screwed in?
Let me try the other one. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, see, there we go. Now this is the silver tone red, and again, there's that case integration, properly made, custom made just for this watch. Okay. Got the exposed date wheel down there. And there's your case back. Again, properly made. See the screws going around the perimeter? It's a screwed in case back. Really, really nice. And here's the wrist shot, the silver tone red. Huge piece. 79 bucks is an absolute steal for this piece, guys. 54 millimeters. You'll get a lot of compliments on this. You really will. And the silicone is the really soft silicone too. Wow, this is gorgeous at that price. Super nice. One each, guys. Let's move on. Okay, next up here we got the Trofeo, okay? The Regatta Trofeo, okay? Now this, we've got 4 pieces. Here's a really good opportunity to pick up some gift pieces, you know, or gift it to yourself at this price, 61 bucks, okay? The color's pretty explanatory. They're all black PVD cases, all 4 of them, okay? So it's just the accent colors. Here's your, this is your black blue right here that I'm putting on my wrist right now, okay? It's got a Swiss Ronda PowerTech movement, which has a 5-year battery life on this, the 515. It's got 45 millimeter on the case size, as you can see. A screw down crown. Now that goes to the make, guys. Whether or not you're diving or you're not, this watch has a screw down crown, and it's got a nice stainless steel link bracelet, all black PVD stainless steel bracelet, okay? And then there's your accent color on the case. It's got that Duracoat finish once again on the case. So this one's got the black with the blue. Okay, let's see if we can get a case back shot on this. It's kind of hard to get the case back, but let's see. Really nice. And it's got, you know, it's a threaded case back. Really nice. Let's get the black red. I mean, for 61 bucks, these samples are great. It's got the push buttons too, guys. Here's your push buttons right here. Okay, again, a lot of the cheaper watches, you have to pull the thing open without the push buttons. It's cost a little extra money with the push buttons, okay? We don't always have the push buttons but on our class, but I'd say we probably go with push buttons 90% of the time. There's a few that don't have it. This one's got it, guys. A little more expensive. Push button. Looney's price at 98 bucks, certainly a fair price. Fair market at 140. Maybe it's out there at 120 or 125. You can pick up these samples, 61 bucks. Swiss Ronda PowerTech movement, 5-year battery life on this. Really nice. And then if you don't like the colors like the red and the blue, one person can grab the black silver tone. Let me show you. That's this piece. This one is going to be your versatile piece that will go with anything. Okay, for 60 bucks, guys. There it is, black silver tone. Or black gray. What do we call it? Black gray or black silver tone? Black silver tone. That's this one right here. And then finally, if you like the black yellow, okay, I kind of like the yellow. Use your push buttons, and there you go. It's kind of a golden yellow, really. For 60 bucks, guys, I mean, have a picnic. All right? And let's move on. Okay, now this next one, we did not show it last week. I held it back for a couple of reasons, and one of the reasons was in case I wanted to show it this week, and so I'm going to show it this week. You know, last week I think we sold 4 or 5 tourbillons, maybe 6. I know we sold 3 Devil Ray tourbillons, I can tell you that, and we sold, I don't know, a few others. But we held back the ceramic tourbillon, and we've got it now, one only. It's the Spectre tourbillon, and this is a beauty, guys. One of the reasons I held it back is I was personally debating if I should, you know, keep this one for myself. But, you know, listen, you can't eat this stuff, right? And I've got other watches. But, guys, one person, one only. Ceramic tourbillon, 47 millimeters. It is gorgeous. Do not be afraid to wear white. This is the white ceramic. This also did come in a black. And I think we sold a couple of blacks when we featured this piece. We sold the 2 that were there available, but we never brought in a black sample. We only brought in the white sample because there was only 2 in stock. So both the blacks did go, a couple of whites went, but now this is the sample. And if I'm not mistaken, there are no more of these Spectre tourbillons. This is it, this last remaining sample right here. One lucky caller here, $675. Jump on this one, guys. I mean, and listen, a lady could wear this too, okay? But it's big. It's 47. But if there's a lady out there, a power woman in the power, you know, in the business world or something like that, walk in wearing this. Is this one? Did we wind them up? Yeah, this is wound. This has the ST93301. We use this movement quite a bit. The thing about this particular movement, guys, is that it was handcrafted in Switzerland. It's a Chinese-based movement, but we buy these in a pre-assembled condition, a semi-assembled condition, and then we bring them to Switzerland and we do all the final assembly there at George J. von Berg's factory in Bienne. And the mainsprings are put in there, the hairsprings are put in there, and then the final calibrations are done there. But this is a premium tourbillon movement at 28.8. Not all of our tourbillons have 28.8s, fellas, but the 93301 does, and that's 8 beats per second. Okay, those are the more expensive tourbillon movements, not the 21.6s with 6 beats a second. This has got the 8 beats a second, and it's assembled in Switzerland. Okay, this is an outright steal at $675. Listen to the right voices, and you're going to make the right choices. It's also a limited edition. I think we did 225 of the white and 275 of the black for a grand total of 500. And there are no more remaining anywhere. So let's see, I'll try to hold this for us, Ronnie.
I see it.
You do?
Stay there.
Okay, so I'm not moving. Number 46 of 225. Did you see that? Now again, this is the watch you'd be getting right here. This is it. This is the sample. I'm holding the sample. So number 46 is somebody, it's yours out there, guys, if you want it. One person. Sapphire crystals front and back, 47 millimeters, beautiful dial design. It's an anti-gravitational device here, the tourbillon movement, invented by Abraham Louis Breguet. And this one's gorgeous. Push button, deploying butterfly clasp. Like I said, I was really debating if I want to keep it for myself, and I'm very tempted. And look, it's a very generous. I wear an 8.5-inch bracelet. You see how much extra room is in here? I would have to have links taken out. This will fit up to a 9.5 easily. But most of you guys are between 7s and 8s, so you'll have to have links taken out. Okay? but that is gorgeous. Do not be afraid to wear white. I mean, that's a showpiece, fellas. You'll get a ton of compliments on this. One lucky caller, that's all I can tell you. And you see the new price. It went, like I said, we had a price increase. If we had more of these to sell and we were able to sell them in 2018, if they find another piece or something like that, you know, $866 is the price we'd have to be pushing it at. And that's a really good price too. See where it says fair market value? It says 110. I think that's supposed to be 1100. Is that what that is?
It's supposed to be brown.
Yeah, so that's a typo on there. But in any case, guys, $866, a very fair price. Let's make sure we get those graphics corrected for the next time, if there is a next time. But one lucky caller, $675, jump all over it. Next up, let's go to another tourbillon. We've got the Devil Ray tourbillon. Now, we had 4 of these available last week. We showed it last week. 3 of them went. There's still 1 survived. And honestly, it's a beauty. A lot of you guys know I'm not a big fan of gold watches, but this one I love because if you notice, guys, it's not high polish. It's a satin finish on the gold tone. It's 23 karat yellow gold layering, but it's a satin finish, so it's very subtle. This watch is gorgeous. This is a genuine shark skin strap. Okay, genuine shark. And you notice here too, this is really, really cool about the Devil Ray. You'll notice that the backplate on the tourbillon has got a black PVD on it. See it? It's got a black finish on it. Same thing here when you look at the top plates, because under this kind of squiggly line here, this right here is the top plates of the movement. It's got a perlage finish on the top plate. Can you come in tight on that top plate, Ronnie? Okay. But you'll notice it's got a black finish on it. Okay. Well, the question is, how can you do that if the movement, what that proves is that these movements came in a pre-assembled condition, a semi-assembled condition. We did not buy the movements finished because remember, guys, our manufacturing partner is a movement-making company. George J. Von Berg makes movements. His company is called Claro, okay? So he buys them in a semi-assembled condition, brings them to Switzerland, and we do the finishing there. And before it's reassembled, we actually put a PVD finish on the top plates. You can't put the movement in an assembled condition into a vacuum-sealed chamber under intense heat. That's how PVD is done. Physical vapor deposition is done in a vacuum-sealed chamber under intense heat. You can't stick the whole movement in there under intense heat. You'll ruin the movement. You can only plate these top plates and these back plates as separate pieces by themselves before it's assembled. And that's the proof that that's what we're doing here. Nobody else does that. This is individually hand assembled and hand finished in Switzerland. It's the best you can get for this kind of a price. And $519 is a steal. And once again, these are limited edition. Let's see if we can find the numbering on this one, Ronnie. Let's see. If you need me to turn the watch, just tell me. Let's see how many we made. Want me to flip it? Number 17 of?
175.
Limited edition, number 17 of 175, fellas. This can be yours. And you see the reverse laser etching on the back plate there where it says individually handcrafted in Switzerland. I don't know if you caught that. And again, the whole deal with this is the tourbillon itself. And then here it is on the wrist shot. Really, really nice. One lucky caller. This is the last one. These are the last 2 tourbillons we've got left, fellas. The one Devil Ray and the one Spectre. Don't miss that, okay? Really, really nice. All right, and let's move on. Okay, guys, next up, after the Devil Ray, we've got the Courtly. Okay, ladies, now again, one only here. We were only able to get the brown execution. It's the rose tone brown, brown for the strap. But this is 16 karat rose gold layering. You have 10 points of diamonds on this. So it's not a, this is not a carat of diamonds or 2 carats or a carat and a half or even a half a carat. It's just 10 points, okay, in that freeform heart. It's gorgeous, all right? But a diamond timepiece for under $100. And I'll tell you, this was one of our most popular ladies' timepieces was our Courtly. We came out with another one called the Courtly La Femme that had about, I think, 40 points of diamonds. So it was much more expensive. It was around $300 or $350 and had 40 points of diamonds in it. This one's got 10 points in the heart. Take a look. This is a 27 millimeter by 27 millimeter square case, but notice this, even as small and petite as it is, ladies, you'll notice it's a very slightly curved case. Can you see that? See the curvature there? It makes it so comfortable on the wrist. Most companies would not go to that extreme right there. Okay? Would not go to that extreme to curve such a petite case, but it makes a difference on the wrist. We had George J. Von Berg on the show not that long ago, and we talked about this piece, and he was saying that's all in the details. Look at the dial work on this. Take a look at the texturization. It's the Guilloche Soleil pattern, but it's emanating not from the center, but from the date aperture over there at 7 o'clock. Okay? See that? Those are brass dials, and the impressions are made by vintage German machines. You'll notice it's got a spade-style hour hand with a plume-style minute hand. Very romantic design on this. You've got the italicized 12, 3, and 6 on this piece. Let's take a look at the case back on this. Really, really nice too. Curved case back, curved case. Screws in the four corners, properly made. Got a nice lizard design on the leather strap. Now again, this is brown, so it's, you know, if you got to be into the earth tones here, but it's one only. It's just the sample. One person, $85, diamond timepiece. Really, really nice. Jump on it, guys. You don't want to waste time on that. Next, we have the Courtly Passion. Now this one, again, the Courtly spawned quite a few versions of the watch. The Courtly Passion was the second one. And this one, we came out a little bit larger. Instead of 27 by 27, it's 30 by 30. So it's still pretty petite. It's not huge. Not quite as petite as the Courtly, but this one has the Swarovski crystals, not genuine diamonds. So a little bit, you know, easier price point here at $69 for the sample. You see Looney's price at $102 versus the diamond timepiece was probably $20 or $30 more than that. But here, $69, 30 by 30. We only have the one sample. It's white only. We couldn't get any of the other colors. Super nice. It was from our Love series in our Romance collection. Really nice. White with a silver tone case. This will go with anything, ladies. Anything. Super nice. And this one, instead of the lizard style strap, you have leather with the square grain alligator embossed. Master Jet. Okay. So we're waiting here for the next tray of goods. Again, if there's anything you want to see, give us a call. Any questions you might have, you can put it in our thread on our Facebook page. We'll try to answer your question. Eddie is out there in the war room. He's working the social media, taking your calls. And let's do it. The Quartermaster Jet. Wow. Okay, here we go. Now, we had a couple of these, didn't we?
Yeah, we had about 3.
We had like 3 of them, but all we have left now is the black green. So a couple guys got in there last week and jumped on them. We had a black yellow, and we had, was it black red?
We had yellow and red.
Yeah, there was a black red. All we've got now is the black green. This is a spectacular value here, $95.